Bev Adams. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. It's almost time for all those fall treats, so I made this cute little treat bag. I used the Cookie Cutter Halloween and the Cookie Cutter Builder Punch. I'm not really into Halloween, so I used a little scarecrow. The cardstock for my scarecrow is Peekaboo Peach. The inks I used were Soft Suede and a little bit of Real Red and Pacific Point. I also used a little bit of basic black archival ink. I used the linen thread to tie on my scarecrow, but I thought that I would show an alternative with Halloween today. Don't worry about taking notes. I have the full directions on my website, bevadams.com. And on my directions, I have a lot of or, because there's some options here. On this treat bag, I used the glassine gift bags that are already made up for you. And they are 10 bags for just $4 US. And they are 4 3/4 by 6.5. The other option is to get the glassine sheets. You get 10 sheets that are 12 by 6, and they are $5. You would also want to get the mini treat bag thinlits, and that will make a bag this size. So that's the one I'm going to demonstrate with today. On the larger bag, you have enough for 3 cookie cutter friends. On this smaller bag, I think there's probably only going to be room for 2. So I thought I'd put the skeleton and the mummy on the bottom of the bag. I was worried that the ink would not stick to this glassine bag, so I tested it out on a little piece of glassine. If you give it a chance to dry, it stamps beautifully. But it does tend to smear, so put it aside to dry. While that's drying, I'm going to stamp my little Dracula guy. And there's even some ears. So I'm going to put my ears where I want them, put them on my black, and then stamp them. And I'm actually going to move this so that I can see it a little bit better. I want to dress them up with a red suit jacket. So I'm going to squeeze my Real Red ink to put ink in the well and pick up some of that red. You want to start light with this. It's so much easier to add color than to take it away. And I'm trying to decide if the collar, I think I will color in the collar here. To clean off the blender pen, you just scribble, and I kind of roll the blender pen so I get all the sides. Then I'm going to use the punch. This cardstock is 2 inches wide, so you get less of this confetti stuff. And I think his ears might not show up here. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to stamp his ears separate down here and fussy cut those out. And I'm going to leave those connected to each other. Then punch a second piece up here and punch this guy out. And not worry about his ears. For my Dracula, I'm using the Basic Black Solid Baker's Twine. I've got about 24 inches and I'm folding it in half. And I'm using some strong adhesive here. And I'm putting the fold inside behind his head here. Then I want to put his ears back on. So I'm going to try and line this up with the stamped image. And then I'm just putting this on top of the other blank one. So it's blank on the back. If you wanted to put a greeting or something on the back, you could. I almost forgot that I wanted to put some bats around here. Oh, that didn't stamp very well. I don't want to wait for this to dry, so I'm going to use my heat tool. It's got 2 levels. It's got 1 and 2. So if I put it on 1, that's perfect for drying ink. Number 2 would be perfect for embossing. If you want perfect images, you want to take your time when you're stamping on the glassine. It is slicker, so it's easier to slip or easier to not get that really perfect image. So gather up the top of your bag and put your cookie cutter in the front. Wrap the 2 pieces of cord around the back and bring it around to the front and tie your bow here. And I see that 2 feet is way too much, and now I'm throwing away all this value, and now I'm throwing away all of these trimmings, but Baker's Twine is cheap. So there's my 2 alternative treat bags, great for this time of year. If you would like those detailed directions or any of the supplies, come on over to bevadams.com. I'd love to be your demonstrator. Talk to you soon. Bye.